My roommate Stacy had this takeout thieving habit. One day she went too far. She scarfed the food my online gaming buddy, ShadowStrike, had ordered for me. Later, ShadowStrike sends me a screen grab from the delivery guy's camera and hits me with, "You look like that? How dare you even talk to me? Gross." He dumps me and immediately hooks up with Valkyrie, the top female gamer in our scene. Everyone starts posting pics of Valkyrie laughing at me. "Look at the whale who got dumped. Serves you right. You're no match for Valkyrie. She's gorgeous and a gaming god." I stare at the picture and freeze. Isn't that me? I logged into the game and bam, my gaming buddy ShadowStrike had cut ties with me. I tried to message him but he just sent disgusting and then blocked me. Just then my roommate Stacy saw me online and invited me. "Hey Liv, I'm one game away from Diamond, could you carry me?" I tried to shake off the weird feeling I had. Figured I'd help Stacy then figure out the deal with ShadowStrike. But when I hit the group up, someone else was already in the lobby. The ID was way too familiar. ShadowStrike. Stacy and ShadowStrike were chatting on voice comms. When he saw I was in the room, the friendly tone he had been using turned immediately sour. He snapped, "Ugh, why'd you invite her?" Stacy from her bunk above me whined, "What's wrong, ShadowStrike? You know her." ShadowStrike was blunt. "No, and I don't want to know her. Don't ever associate me with her." I frowned and asked, "What's your problem?" ShadowStrike's voice was cold. "How dare you ask me that? I feel sick just thinking about us being buddies. Don't ever say we were a thing. I'd be too embarrassed." With that, he muted me and said to Stacy, "I don't want to play with her." Stacy leaned over her bunk, grinning smugly. "Sorry Liv, ShadowStrike is way better than you. Maybe next time." And then she booted me from the room. ShadowStrike was good, yeah, but it wasn't why I was his gaming buddy. I knew him from real life. His real name was Chad, and he was the star point guard on the basketball team at the university next door. Once, when I was at a competition, I twisted my ankle, and he carried me to the nurse's office. He was so worried, making jokes to keep me from freaking out. I was smitten with this kind, good-looking guy. So when I realized that he was also ShadowStrike, I accepted his invite to game together. We played a long time. Him the jungler, me in mid, and we clicked. So, I said yes to being his gaming buddy. He'd said I was the best female gamer he'd ever met, and hated those cringy girls who just flirt to climb the ranks. But now I was hearing Stacy up in her bed cooing as she played support. "Oh Chad honey, can you give me the blue buff, please?" Chad laughed. "Sure thing." It was super cutesy. I bit my lip, feeling mixed emotions. I decided to get out of the dorm. Just then Stacy suddenly asked, "ShadowStrike, why do you hate Liv so much?" Chad didn't hold back. "She's just plain gross." Makes my stomach turn to look at her. I froze. Gross. I'm not exactly conceited, but I had actually been runner-up in the school's hottest student pageant last year. This was the first time anyone had ever called me gross. Stacy, hearing that, seemed taken aback for a second, but then she went back to her overly sweet voice. "I get it. Guys like you should be with a goddess. I hate ugly people too." Chad laughed. "Like you mean you goddess?" Stacy giggled like they had just shared an inside joke. I turned to look at Stacy, who was facing away from me playing the game. Her bed was a mess. Her sheets and pillowcases hadn't been changed all semester. They were yellowed and dingy. Her hair hadn't been washed in 2 weeks. She probably last showered a few days ago. And her body was emitting this gross fried food smell. She was sitting on her pillow, all 200+ pounds of her, simpering to Chad. "Oh, you're so bad." I couldn't take it anymore, so I left to grab something from the cafeteria. About 30 minutes later, Chad posted in our gaming squad's Discord, "Anyone want a game?" He was high rank, super skilled, and lots of people wanted to ride his coattails, but he had only ever played with me. Everyone jumped at the chance. "Carry me, Chad." "Whoa, Chad's not playing with Liv today. What's the occasion?" Chad replied, "Don't ever bring her up in front of me." Everyone started to sniff out the gossip. "Whoa, you guys break up?" "Just check Liv's profile, and they aren't gaming buddies anymore." "Man, you two seemed perfect, even from the same town. What happened?" "I was waiting for wedding bells." Chad immediately replied with a vomit emoji. He was making it very clear how much he disliked me. Everyone jumped to conclusions. Did Liv cheat or something? I sighed. I was curious why Chad suddenly hated me, so I tagged him while he was still chatting. "Since you're here, you should at least explain why. I don't want people making stuff up." The group immediately pounced. "Wait, does this mean Chad cheated?" Chad seemed annoyed that I was getting so bold. He sneered. "How dare you ask me? Since you're so desperate to know the truth, I guess I'll spill. I've already given you enough chances to save face." Then he posted a picture. He quickly added, "How could you even think of hitting on me when you look like that? So gross." I clicked on the image and scowled. It was a photo secretly taken. The picture showed a heavy-set girl with dark hair, grinning while holding a food delivery bag like she had pulled off a heist. It was Stacy. The squad chat blew up. "Who is that whale? She's terrifying. Is that actually Liv?" I immediately typed, "Where did you get that picture?" Chad didn't hold back. "I wanted to meet you. You kept making excuses, so I respected the fact that you were a girl, but when I asked for a picture you kept refusing. So, I had the delivery guy take a picture of you when they dropped off my food order. I know it's a weird thing to do, but thank goodness I did. Or else I'd never know you were a lard butt." I frowned. "I didn't get your delivery. That's my roommate. She must have taken it." Chad scoffed. "I knew you'd say that. You're saying that's your roommate? Fine. Then post a picture of you." Everyone else jumped on the bandwagon. "Yeah, Liv, we've known each other for a while, and we've never seen what you look like. I remember her saying she was a dancer. With that body, she must be in the belly dancing club. Lard bucket. You deserve to get dumped." I looked at the guy's insults. I was disgusted. Even if I proved it wasn't me, who cares? I knew Chad's true colors now. We were no longer buddies, so I wasn't going to argue with them. Besides, I didn't want to post my pictures for them to pick apart. So I just replied, "No." Chad sneered. I won't hold it against you for lying to me. Just stay away from my school. Our school was literally right next to his. Their basketball team often played on our courts. We had seen each other a few times, but he didn't know it was me. What if he did see me again? He wouldn't recognize me. I muted the chat, ate quickly, and went back to the dorm. Stacy was on her bed, feet up, scrolling through TikTok. I went to her and asked bluntly, Stacy, did you take my delivery? I was going to tell her about the leaked picture, that it was posted on the gaming Discord, and that ShadowStrike, the dude who was hitting on her online, was the one who posted it. Instead, Stacy's bulk climbed off her bed. She threw the half-eaten chicken leg bones onto my desk, sneering, "It was super hot out. I was doing you a favor by grabbing your food. So what if I ate a few legs? Here's the rest of it, so quit being such a cheapskate." The greasy bag hit me, and bones scattered all over the floor. It was pretty gross. My face hardened. "Clean it up," Stacy scoffed, rolling her eyes. "It's your food. Why should I clean? You always look like you have money. I thought you were rich, but you're so cheap. It's just a few chicken legs. You don't see me giving you the stink eye when I share. You know how many people want to order me food? I'm doing you a favor by eating it." She waddled off to the bathroom. I didn't want to waste my breath. I just swept the chicken bones onto her desk with a blank face. When she came out and saw, she screamed and tried to hit me. I easily dodged. Our other roommate came back from lunch and tried to stop the fight. "What's going on?" I was still catching my breath. Stacy's shrill voice yelled, "Liv's online boyfriend dumped her. Now he's playing with me and she's jealous. She's going crazy." Our roommate looked at Stacy's fat face and then at me, looking unsure. "Are you sure?" Stacy laughed. "Of course. They dumped her. She keeps trying to get back with him. If you don't believe me, listen to this." She pulled out her phone and made a call. 30 seconds later, Chad's voice sounded. "Hey, what's up?" Stacy cooed. "Chad, honey, Liv's jealous that you're playing with me. She's losing it and threw trash on my desk." Chad replied angrily. "She dared to do that to you?" "I knew it. Ugly girls have such ugly souls." Stacy whined. "Yeah, if she's this awful, you won't be talking to her, right?" Chad said to reassure her. "Absolutely not. I can't stand her." Stacy all sugar. "But you guys are on the same team. You might see her." Chad, sounding disgusted, said, "Our team is high ranking. If it weren't for her skills, she wouldn't be able to play with me." "Don't worry. I'll get the leader to invite you instead. I'll only play with you." Stacy giggled like she was the happiest girl in the world. "You're so sweet. Don't worry about her. Girls who can't handle their emotions take it out on other people."